What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Fourth and Wrong podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Marshall, along with Colin, Dallas, and Donnie. We are back after the Super Bowl. We did take a week off. We all just kind of got busy. We didn't have time to record the podcast. I wanted to put good enough effort in on the pod, obviously, for the Super Bowl episode. Eagles beat the Chiefs in Super Bowl 58, 59, I think. Is it 59? 59.
We put in a lot of effort. We forgot what Super Bowl it was.
Ain't no fucking. I knew as soon as they said we put in a lot of effort, it was gonna go bad.
No, I'm
run it back, baby. Run it back.
What I meant to say was we want to put a lot of effort into the episode. That's why we didn't just rush it.
And Colin, so we're starting off by saying, what Super Bowl was it?
This is all your fault, Colin, because you went to a damn Michigan State football basketball game. So
it was for my job.
I don't want to hear it.
You should have quit.
This is your job. But Eagles defeat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, which was, I mean, we'll get into more of it. Obviously, we'll all talk our pieces, but it was definitely on the lower totem pole of all the Super Bowls. It looks a little closer on paper than it did actually in the game, but that's all garbage time points for Mahomes. But yeah, the three-peat gets destroyed. Dallas made his call saying that we're going to be set up for an amazing trilogy sometime soon. Yeah, we'll talk about all the things. There's a lot of things that happened in the Super Bowl, a couple controversial calls, and then things that just happened that we'll touch on. It feels like so long ago. I'm kind of out of that football touch already. Just football season's over, and we're in the off season now. But we've got some other things we can talk about. There's some Stafford trade rumors. T. Higgins sounds like he might get franchise tagged.
He did get franchise tagged.
He did get franchise tagged. Sorry, I didn't see that, which is crazy. And then some other things going around in the NFL. Coaching staffs have been finalized. We can talk about free agents coming up. And then obviously we've got the draft coming up soon. So, but yeah, Super Bowl started out decently matched. It wasn't like a huge blow up to start. It was the first quarter was kind of just back and forth, but then and like I said, there were some controversial calls at the start of that game, but it just showed that game really showed like the two Super Bowl losses that Mahomes has had. It's when he's pressured and doesn't have an offensive line, which is very useful. And that's what happened. He really just got pressured and nobody could touch him. And
Marshall, what's up with your lighting, man? You looking into God? What's going on?
I'm pulling up the box
gates of heaven just opened up on this man, Marshall.
I was kidding.
We wanted to be prepared. And this motherfucker said, "I'm pulling up the box score."
I haven't. The game was fucking almost 2 weeks ago.
I'm more picking on the fact we're prepared. And you were pulling up the box score. We don't.
I never said we were prepared. I said we didn't want to. I said we didn't want to rush it because Colin wasn't going to be here, and so we just didn't want to go in at just three of us. How about you shut the fuck up and sit back and listen to your
how about you hurry up and pull the box score with your fucking
Yeah. Let me know when you're done stuttering. Let me know when you're done stuttering.
With what, Tommy? With what?
With the spotlight.
Bro couldn't get it out. Bro, it took long enough to say that and it send that video.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
So in regards, Patrick Mahomes had probably one of the most embarrassing Super Bowl performances. It doesn't look like it on the stat sheet, but that game was 40-6 at one point. Mahomes threw his second touchdown, and Nick Sirianni had Gatorade down his shirt already. Like, one of the worst Super Bowl performances by Patrick Mahomes. I think people are overreacting in the sense of, oh, he's no longer in the GOAT conversation.
He sucks. He fucking sucks.
Jalen Hurts.
Fucking crazy.
Jalen Hurts MVP played his ass off, lights out. Defense for the Eagles was incredible. Colin, what did you think of the Super Bowl?
Listen, I know that people are talking shit about that Super Bowl, but honestly, I appreciate a good ass whooping on the football field. I can appreciate watching a team fucking obliterate another team. Like, I didn't have any problems with that Super Bowl. I thought it was good. I enjoyed the Super Bowl. I had a great time watching the Kansas City Chiefs get blocked from their three-peat in horrible fashion. So I had a great time on Super Bowl Sunday. But that's just me. I think Jalen Hurts absolutely deserved that MVP. Good for him. was kind of surprised Saquon never got going. I thought, maybe second half, garbage time, feed him, and he never really got going. So that was kind of a big surprise for me. I thought he was going to do pretty well this game, but overall, I didn't have a problem with the Super Bowl. I think, all football is good football.
I don't know about that, but
yeah. Well, the UFL's coming up, Colin. Good news for you.
Yeah, I know, and I'm going to be watching every fucking week of the Michigan game.
Okay. Good luck, buddy. Good luck.
We would have Jake Bates on the Lions.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm still not watching. I don't care. I'm still not watching that shit.
You just don't like football. I don't know what to tell you.
Donnie, what's your takes on Super Bowl 59?
It was all right. It was, in terms of a blowout, it was at least a somewhat entertaining blowout. There was big plays, whether it was strip sacks, long touchdowns. Like, at least we had that. It wasn't just like the Eagles running the ball down the field and just kind of killing clock. One of those kind of ass beatings. But the Chiefs did. I think if you told the Chiefs at halftime, end of the game, Saquon's gonna have under 100 combined yards, they would be ecstatic. They'd be like, "Holy shit, we're gonna win this game." Only problem is
we're gonna win this game by 30.
They did not. They did what they wanted to do. I think their game plan, first, second, and third bullet points in their game plan was, we're not going to let Saquon go for 300 and beat us single-handedly. And I think they accomplished that. I think Spagnuolo did a pretty good job with that. I think the only problem is they didn't factor in Jalen Hurts being Jalen Hurts, which even last time they played in the Super Bowl, like, he had a better statistical year, but he went into the Super Bowl and lit them the fuck up. And I think their defense was better then than it is right now. So I think that was saying a lot. So they put it all on Jalen, and whether you guys love Jalen, hate Jalen, anybody, whether they love or hate him, like, bro shows the fuck up in the playoffs. His playoff stats aren't, like, gaudy, because in that first playoff run to the first Super Bowl, they beat the shit out of the Giants, so he didn't have to pass the ball outside of, like, the first quarter. And then Brock Purdy got hurt, and they kind of just blew out the Niners. So he didn't really have to pass the ball outside of the Super Bowl. But then this year, he had pretty good games in every playoff game. And then he was the offense for the Eagles. I mean, shit, Saquon literally had, I think he had 105 yards combined, like 40 on the ground, 60 through the air, some shit like that. So it's not even like Saquon went crazy, like I said. No one receiver had a great game, so Jalen Hurts just kind of spread the love. My biggest takeaway watching the game was that Eagles D-line was fucking insane. Like, if we're talking about most dominant performance by a skill group in football in the last fucking half decade,
that's why
I would say it was that D-line.
That Super Bowl is, like, I appreciate when, like, specifically, like, defenses, like, step up, especially in today's NFL. I feel like people underappreciate good defense and, like, watching a good defensive performance, because I think people are so used to the scoring and they want the big plays. But I love it when there's a fucking battle in the trenches and the D linemen get home and fucking, like, dominate the whole game.
I do like that too. I do like that
Mahomes
too.
was running for his life the entire game.
I was gonna say, the only problem with that is that it wasn't a battle in the trenches. It was the Eagles showing up, beating ass, and that wasn't a battle. That Chiefs O-line was just fucking smothered from snap 1 to snap 50, whatever they had.
Belt
in the
to
game.
ass, belt to ass.
And I think it took some of the zest for me, because I was on the Chiefs heavily, money wise. So that kind of took a little bit of zest out of it. I will tell you, I was truly not worried. They were down 10-0. I wasn't really worried. Given the Chiefs had not moved the ball really, I was like, okay, it's fine. Like, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Honestly, at half, I thought it was going to be his 28-3 moment.
Historically, in all the Super Bowls, he has a bad first half. I mean, Brady didn't score in the first quarter of any of his Super Bowls until the very last one, and he said that on the broadcast. So, like, that wasn't really worrying me. When he threw the pick six...
Bro, the way that man said that, too, when he said that on
the
broadcast, the way he said it, he was like, yeah, he's like, in my first 9 Super Bowl trips, it's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Most people
pointed
get
that
one
out.
if they're lucky. Like,
with the people I was with, I pointed that out. I was like, that was such, like, a humble brag, and I don't even think he...
My first 9 Super Bowl trips.
Yeah.
Shut up. Got the rings on in the booth. Like, shut up.
But no, he threw the pick 6 to make it 17-0, and I was like, okay, that's obviously not good, but it's only going to get better from here. Like, it's fine. They still have plenty of time. Like, you get one score at a time. It was when they got the ball back with, like, what, 3 minutes, something like that left in the first half, and they went sacked, incomplete pass, and I was like, yeah, this game might actually be over. Like that. The fact that the Eagles did all that with only rushing 4 is.
I was gonna say, and they were getting home quick. It's not even like it was like
that's
held on the ball too long. They were just getting there quick. They were getting beat bad.
Like they played amazing, but also Patrick went full. Like he self imploded. At least everybody was talking about that. I saw they were talking about the Bucks game, comparing it to the Bucks game. I think the difference in those two games is I think the O-line was more banged up when they played the Bucks. But Mahomes played well. Like, statistically, he only had, like, 140 yards. Statistically, he didn't look good. But, like, he played well. Remember, he had the long, like, 50, 60-yard pass, laying flat, parallel to the ground, and hit the guy in the hands, and bro just dropped it. And then the receivers and the line let him down. This one was, like, okay, like, that was... I would say like 50% of the blame's on the O-line and 50%'s on Patrick. He looked fucking spooked immediately. And Brady and them kept talking about on the broadcast how fidgety he was in the pocket. So, yeah, I mean, it was a solid Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts deserves all the credit. Nick Sirianni hopefully won't be regarded as a fucking dipshit anymore, but he probably won't.
Mahomes' stat line at halftime, he was 6 for 14, 33 passing yards, 2 interceptions with a 10.7 rating.
With the sack yardage and stuff, the Eagles had more points in the first half than the Chiefs did yards, which that's got to be one of the crazier stats of all time for Patrick Mahomes' offense to be that shut out.
What was crazier is they pulled up a graphic on Facebook or whatnot, and it was Kendrick Lamar had more total yards during the halftime.
Yeah, but he had like 140 yards between all the walking. Like, he had a lot. He damn near had more yards than the Eagles in the first half, and they were rolling.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What do we think's next for Travis Kelce? Does he retire this offseason?
I think he should, honestly. He's got the podcast to fall back on. He's got a TV show, I think, coming up. He doesn't need to do anything, in my opinion. He's solidified himself as top 2 tight end of all time, top 3, in my opinion. I don't know if there's anything really he needs to do. Top 5 for sure. I think he's in that top 3 range, personally. I don't think he needs to prove anything.
I think he would be done. Like, if win or loss, I could see him losing and retiring. But I think the fact that they got their ass beat to that level, I don't see if you have any talent.
Him
like
walking out of the stadium in that goofy ass like sickly outfit, I was like, bro, you didn't bring.
That's the thing they never show with all these dudes. That's the one thing they never show with all these dudes that show up like looking so fucking good. It's like you gotta put all that shit back on after getting your ass beat. You need to bring some street clothes to wear home, just in case you get fucking 60 put on your head like that. Like you need to.
He did.
You gotta have it back.
He wore a different pair of clothes to his suite. He walked. They showed a video of him walking into Taylor's suite. It was all over the internet. He wasn't wearing those clothes anymore.
Oh.
Interesting. But no, I don't. If I was Travis, I wouldn't want to retire on that. Like he's not what he was, and I think if you come back next year, like he's not gonna be like in the role that he's been in. But I just think he still has too much talent, the way that he plays, left to retire, is what I think. Good.
Man, Marshall is just in his own little world over there.
I don't thought of Taylor Swift. His mind just went racing.
You know, that's kind of crazy.
Colin brought up Travis.
I thought I heard them say this on the broadcast, but I wanted to double check it before I actually brought it up. But Travis Kelce was their leading receiver this year with 823 yards.
Well, fucking Mahomes tore fucking Rice's knee apart, or it would have been him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And they're all the guys they planned on being starting receivers.
Worthy only
hurt.
had 638.
Yeah, and then Hollywood Brown was supposed to be like their main guy this year, and then he was out pretty much all fucking year. So
I would say Hollywood Brown played in.
They went into the year with their top two guys ended up not playing for really any games at all for them. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Interesting. Happy for D-Hop though, getting that touchdown in the Super Bowl. Granted, it was garbage time. Didn't matter, but.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if he'll be a Chief again, so
I don't know if he'll be in the NFL again.
Right, I was gonna say that might have been it.
That's tough. That's.
Any other thoughts on the Super Bowl before we move on?
I think.
What's thoughts on the halftime show?
It's solid. It's good.
I didn't watch a single second of it.
That's got to be racist.
Only one ever.
That's all that matters.
No, I was home for the first half.
Anybody that says that Drake won after that halftime show is just lying to the
Drake still won, but calm down.
Drake hasn't won anything.
He won.
Kendrick
Yeah,
won more.
he won a 14-year-old girl's heart. Yes, he did.
As I said to Marshall, when you got to name drop somebody just to get popular, the other person
he was already.
You realize Kendrick Lamar has 14 Grammys.
He was popular, but he wasn't like this level of popular.
He had more Grammys than Drake before that song.
Grammys are like all pros to him, to Donnie. Grammys are like all pros.
They don't matter.
They don't matter unless it
helps his case.
I don't
exactly unless it matters.
I don't care enough about music. I don't care enough about music to even fucking like how much weight does a Grammy hold? You know what I mean?
Like the honor as a musician is to win a Grammy.
Yeah, but isn't there a Grammy for like a bunch of different genres and shit? Like they don't give out one Grammy.
I mean, yeah,
song of the year,
album of the year, song of the year, record of the year.
It's like
Kendrick's better than Drake. Always has been.
Nah. I'm sorry. Did Kendrick sing God's Plan? Didn't think so.
That's the whitest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Out of all of the like
solid Black History Month.
Out of all of this solid, because like Drake has good music, I will give you that.
Yeah.
But out of all of the good choices you could have gone with, you picked God's Plan.
This Kendrick ain't got a banger like that, dude.
Yeah, it's
last time I checked, Kendrick didn't sing Hotline Bling. Like, what are we doing?
Good lord.
Yeah, Drake sounds. Don't worry.
Okay to be wrong.
Yeah, he's very wrong.
Speaking of wrong, Matthew Stafford and Cooper Kupp. Do we want to talk about it?
We'll touch on it a little bit.
Do we want to set the timer for 5 minutes? Like
all right. Brad Holmes, 8 first-round picks.
All right, conversation's over.
Yeah. I really want. I saw that trade proposal for him to be a Giant, and I want the Giants to be dumb enough to make that fucking trade for Matthew Stafford. Because my brothers would flip their fucking shit because they did nothing but talk shit about Matthew Stafford while he was in Detroit, and now for him to be a Giant, and for the Giants to trade away a first-round pick for a 38-year-old quarterback? Right?
37.
No,
yeah.
I think he's 36 right now.
36, 37.
Okay,
he's old.
I was off by maybe 1 to 2 years. All right,
yeah,
but still older. He's past 35 at this point. How many years does he realistically have left? You know, but that's just my thing. I want the Giants to make that trade just because it would piss my brothers off. It would piss all the Giants fans off. But...
The only thing that bothers me about this Stafford, like the idea of him getting traded, is how it keeps coming up that they're sick of the QB talks, the Rams organization. Motherfucker, he is not talking. It is Kelly Stafford talking. That is what's killing me. It's like, no, it's not a quarterback problem. It's not a Matthew Stafford problem. It's a Kelly doesn't shut the fuck up problem. And that problem ain't ever leaving. Like, he's pretty committed to that fucking problem. So, I don't even know where he should go, honestly. Like, I'm trying to think. I think there's a lot of places that could benefit from him.
The New York Jets are in the market for a quarterback.
They are.
Honestly, Aaron Rodgers goes to the Rams. Matthew Stafford goes to the Jets. Whichever one wins the Super Bowl next wins that rivalry.
Yeah, I was...
Or gets closer to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like a team that would be like a real Super Bowl contender, because I think he goes most of the quarterback needy teams. They would make the playoffs. Like that doesn't really worry me. But it's like, does he want to go 9-8 to 11-6 with a random team and like just get bounced in the first round? You know what I mean? The only team I could think where it's like, okay, he could go there and legit win a Super Bowl, I think Pittsburgh, if like you added to the offense some more and you brought him in and like you changed up Arthur Smith, maybe I could see that happening.
Hall of Famer, by the way.
Or, I mean, if everything went right, I think the Jets could make like an AFC Championship game if Aaron Glenn's like
year
actually,
one of Aaron Glenn.
That's what I'm saying. If Aaron Glenn's I think if they keep Garrett Wilson in that offense, and like you add another halfway decent receiver, and the defense kind of stays where it's been, like with like the Robert Saleh defense, not their defense after he got fired because it went to shit. But like you keep a solid top 10-ish defense, the offense would be top 12 somewhere in there. I think that's possible to get hot and you could beat a team. Like I said, I think a lot of teams become instant playoff teams with him. I'm not sure if there's a team where it's like, okay, they're top 5 Super Bowl contenders. Maybe Pittsburgh, but I think the Rams, that would be one of the dumbest trades in recent history if the Rams were to trade him. Like they were driving on the eventual Super Bowl champions, and if you trade away the best player on your team after that, like, I think the Rams have another 1 to 2 year window. I don't know why you would want to just give that up to get Shedeur Sanders. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be willing to do that.
Yeah, you would for sure be like blowing it up at that point. Like if you are not confident that you're going to get there in the next 1 to 2 years, I would see moving him. But I mean, like you said, they're not like. I mean, the Rams aren't.
They're
bad.
not far off.
Right.
Like they're not far off. They're a decent way out, but they're not like. I think that's also why Train Cooper Kupp is so crazy. Like I know you guys aren't big fans, but like.
I mean, he's not the same Cooper Kupp anymore.
He's not the same Cooper Kupp, but
I would move him.
You're going to trade him
some value.
You're going to. He's still a solid receiver. Like he's going to be a solid number 2. He's not
make a great Carolina Panther.
Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp.
I think he's.
Bryce Young's got some weapons to cook with next year, man.
Bro's overpaid, but like. I would just bring him back just because it's like, okay, if he stays healthy and everything clicks, he can have another 1,300 yard year easy if everything can stay.
Is it worth the risk of him not staying healthy? Like he hasn't. He's
never stayed healthy. The 1 year he stayed healthy was Super Bowl.
But like, what's the alternative? Are you gonna fucking bring back Tutu Atwell? Like, I don't understand what the. I don't understand what the alternative.
I don't.
For a wide receiver.
Just draft a wide receiver at this rate.
Somebody.
I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like Cooper Kupp is losing some of his physical abilities, but like he's still super fucking smart, and I think that's what Sean McVay would want, you know, and a wide receiver too. But I don't know. I think Cooper Kupp's. I don't know about you guys. I know you guys said the Panthers. I don't know if you were joking or not. I think he's 100% going to be Commander. The Commanders have so much money. They have so much money, and they don't.
What does he really provide to the Commanders?
Yeah.
I think you add a wide receiver that smart, along with Jane Daniels. That would be sweet. Plus, they have no wide receiver too, really. I just think I could see the Commanders giving up like a 4th round pick to bring him in for a year. You know what I mean?
I mean, to be fair, the Washington Commanders do have a history of bringing in older, beat up, now washed guys, i.e. Austin Eckler. So,
I mean, Austin Eckler had a solid year for the Commanders. So, I just think the Commanders are going to be in play for a lot of people. I think the Commanders are going to be in play for Cooper Kupp, and then if Myles Garrett actually gets traded, I think that's a spot he could end up.
Very possible. All right, how do we feel about Aaron Rodgers no longer being a New York Jet?
Get him out of the league ASAP.
Get him out of the league.
Just everyone collude so that he doesn't get a spot.
Okay.
Even the Packers. Don't even sign him to like one of those one-day contracts so he can retire.
You're a dick.
Get him out of here.
He has to go to Minnesota. I need him to.
For the plot.
For the prophecy.
Man, I think the Jets are kind of crazy for moving off of him. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not crazy. That's a bit of a stretch, but like,
I think realistically, you're not gonna compete for anything next year anyway. More than likely.
See, I think they can. That's the thing. I think they really can.
I mean, they have the pieces that like
they would need a lot to go
right.
right.
If a lot goes right, they could. But I think the chances of that happening are a lot slimmer than the chances of them having like a mid-year and having like a solid year one under Aaron Glenn.
I also just think the most logical thing for them would have been to keep Aaron and bring in a young guy. Like, if you draft a young guy, whatever. I get like wanting Aaron out after all like the fucking media circus that he's been the last 2 years.
I think that's exactly what you need to do. Get him out.
How much dead money are they going to eat for?
I think it's like 40 something.
I think
50?
it's like north of like 50 mil. Like, and they were on the book. I think they're crazy in large part because they're on the books for that anyway. Like, no matter what they're paying them. So my thought was like, if you're paying him 50 mil to be there and to not be there.
That's honestly a decent point because you could just, even if he sucks next year, you could draft a guy this year, and even if he ends up sucking next year, you could bench him halfway through the fucking year because you're paying him regardless.
I don't think it has anything to do with his playing ability. I think it's solely Aaron Glenn wants to build a culture, and you can't build a culture with someone like Aaron Rodgers in your locker room.
And I agree with that sentiment, but then it's like, if you're Aaron Glenn, why did you even have the meeting with Aaron Rodgers? Because they had a meeting and talked about it. I know we all saw the stuff.
Probably to talk about whether or not he would fit into the culture.
Yeah, honestly.
No, it was a meeting. Yeah, like he couldn't do McAfee anymore. There was a few other things that he wasn't allowed to do anymore if he was to come back. It's like, if you're Aaron Glenn and you're like, no shot, I wouldn't even have had that meeting. You know what I mean? Because walking in, even before you talk to him, like what
maybe
it would look
optimistic.
like.
Optimistic, you at least got to give him the opportunity to be
But
like,
also,
okay, yeah, I'm serious about this. You know what I mean?
I don't know if Aaron. I don't know. Like, I didn't see anything reported. Like what Aaron said to that report.
It's like,
but
even as a reporter, like, if
Aaron
I
was
know what I'm gonna hear from certain people, like I still gotta reach out for an interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I can't
but
just
also
be
like
they're gonna say this, so let's not even bother. Like I still gotta reach out.
I think the big thing though is Aaron was flying back to meet them again when the report, like when the Jets said they were done. It's like, I don't know what Aaron said to them, like based on the quit doing McAfee and shit like that. But like, I think Aaron was like wanting to be a Jet again. You know what I mean? And I think the Jets are saying no. It's kind of like if I could have got a more bought in Aaron Rodgers and I'm the Jets and I'm on the hook for 50 mil anyway, you're not committing to him for 2 to 3 years. You're committing to him for 1 year. I would have drafted a guy, and for as bad as Aaron's been, like in the media and like how crazy it's been, like he did help Jordan Love a lot when he was there. And like if you watch the documentary, like Aaron Rodgers seems like a dude that all the players like, and like he's a good mentor. So that's why I'm like, you know what? If I'm paying him anyway, why not have him be like my QB coach? Especially if you have a defensive coach like Aaron Glenn. You need somebody on offense to kind of help the guy.
Marshall, how you feel
About what?
about Aaron Rodgers?
Well, Ben talking about
Old fuck. He doesn't need to be in the league anymore. Just get him out.
All right, Marshall's participating as Donnie in today's podcast.
All right. I know where Aaron's going. I know
Where's he going? On a retreat?
San Francisco 49ers.
That's why I'm not talking today. We're on one today.
Yeah, to be fair.
That's why I'm not talking. We're on one.
I'm telling you. It's gonna be Stafford's going to end up leaving, and then either the Rams or the 49ers are going to get Aaron Rodgers. And it's either going to be amazing or it's going to be the biggest shit show in human history. And there's no fucking in between.
I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, I don't know if that's in the cards.
You guys are telling me, say
the 49ers had a chance to draft Aaron Rodgers from the get-go.
I know that is true. And I think the 49ers are the least likely between them and the Rams. I'll say that. But you guys are telling me you don't see any world where the Giants do end up trading for Matthew Stafford, whether we think that's dumb or not. And then the Rams use that pick to draft one of these young guys. And then while the young guy's developing, you bring in Aaron Rodgers, which is going to be free. The Jets are going to be on the hook for his contract still. It was like how Russ's contract was last year, how the Steelers technically paid him nothing because the Broncos were still footing the bill. I think Sean McVay would be game for that if they were dumb enough to move on from Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about that.
Good talk, guys. Thanks. I got fucking two people looking away, and then Marshall is just fucking chilling in a dark room. What the fuck?
I was looking something up for.
Which I agree with that, but Colin is fucking just sitting there looking at fucking trivia answers.
I was looking something up, not trivia.
What were you looking up? What were you looking up,
I was
Colin?
looking up Robert Saleh because I couldn't remember where he ended up this year.
Interesting.
He went back to the Niners. He's their DC again.
He's their DC. I know that now because I looked it up. And
What did
then I
that
started
do
reading
with
an
the
article about
Stafford
a free
Aaron
agent
Rodgers
that
part?
It's another reason why Aaron Rodgers isn't going to the 49ers. Robert Saleh's there.
I was like,
That would be.
I thought. I was
That would
like,
be crazy.
Oh.
well, that's why I was like, I'm pretty sure he went back to San Francisco. I don't think Aaron would be too happy to see him again.
I mean, I could see that. I think the Niners. I think they've done crazier. I'll say that.
Michigan State legend Robert Saleh.
Okay.
Jeez. Colin, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't heard the mention of Michigan State since the last time we recorded the podcast. I was on my way to work this morning, and before I hooked my phone up, they were talking about Michigan basketball. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't watched any college basketball. I'm gonna listen to this for a second. Left my phone unplugged.
Yeah.
And they were talking about
Michigan's first place in the Big Ten right now.
Yeah, Michigan. They were talking about Michigan basketball. They played this and them. Then they were like, and then they got a big matchup Friday night when they play the Michigan State Spartans. Immediately plugged my phone in. I was like, ain't no way I went a full week without a Michigan State reference.
Legit though.
Immediately
that
was
game on
pissed.
Friday is gonna be crazy. That's
gonna be
I
good.
was
huge implications.
I was so fucking mad. I'm like, ain't no way I can't get this school out of my life.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right. Before we get to free agents, anything else?
I think a deep dive into Robert Saleh.
Yeah. No, I think we're good on that.
Did you guys see who our passing game coordinator is? I think it just got announced.
Guy from
It's,
Stanford, right?
Yeah, which I don't really know anything about the guy. I know he used to do NFL draft coverage for the NFL Network. I know he's been on there a few times, and like he's a pretty good speaker. I'll give him that. And then also, I think he's the name that's come up a lot for NFL coaching jobs. Like he gets interviewed quite a bit for NFL jobs, and he just never made the jump until now, which I don't know. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, a passing game coordinator is like a high level thing, but like if it's a guy everybody respects, you know, I think that's a good sign.
Yeah. I think that was the last one we had been waiting on to get like finalized. Is the pass game coordinator?
We should have hired Tom Kennedy, player coach Tom Kennedy.
So, fun fact. This is kind of off topic. One of the offensive line coaches for Central, he was supposed to go to Western Michigan to do like a camp with some of the kids, and the coach that was hosting it had to cancel the whole program. Yeah, he just got signed by the Jacksonville Jaguars to be their O-line and offensive coordinator, or offensive. It was like offensive assistant. Yeah, it was something like that. But it was like, damn.
respectfully, fuck them kids. He just
Yeah, he said, "Yep, I'm going to Jacksonville, so I'll be gone. drop my number."
Oh.
I'd be on the plane minute one.
Oh man.
What was that reaction to?
What?
What, Marshall?
You guys both reacted.
Oh, because Colin did the Duval.
I did the Duval.
Oh, I didn't hear that. You're a fucking idiot.
The players, the coaches, Duval. What are we doing, bro?
God.
Marshall, my man. What are we doing?
What
This
is
man is
what are
not
we
participating
doing?
this week.
What's going on?
He's still
Marshall's
heard
been
about
all
the fucking
mo-
opening.
Bro's
Marshall,
been all
it's fine. It'll
mopey
get
ever
cut
since
out. It's okay.
What's going on? What are you talking about?
What Super Bowl is it again?
NFL free agents, Marshall. Who's on your board?
Probably some football players.
Come on.
Fucking awful.
I might look up the free agents, but if I look up the free agents on Google, I might get fucking grilled. So I might leave my chair back, honestly.
So it's all right, Marshall. I just looked up top NFL free agents of this year on my phone.
Because if I did it,
Let's see. I'm looking at the list of available free agents. Trey Smith, Josh Sweat, Chris Godwin, Khalil Mack, Byron Murphy, Sam Darnold, Bobby Wagner, J.K. Dobbins. Some of these guys, I don't even like Amari Cooper. I don't even
For the
know
Lions,
in the league.
Lions legend Ty Johnson.
Ty
the
Johnson.
Lions.
Fucking get him out of the league. Get him out of the league.
For the Lions, re-sign Teddy Bridgewater, re-sign Tim Patrick, drop Allen Robinson, drop Dan Skipper, sign Kevin Zeitler,
Drop Dan Skipper.
drop Marcus Davenport, sign Al Quidin Muhammad, drop Pat O'Connor, drop Ben Neiman, drop Ezekiel Turner, drop Mike Badgley, sign John Kaminsky.
Kaminsky shouldn't even be a free agent.
He is a free agent.
I'm pretty sure. I thought he like literally just resigned.
He's a free agent.
He's a free agent.
I'll skip over Levy Onzariki. I'm not sure. Sign Carlton Davis. Cut Khalil Dorsey. Sign Afitu Melifonwu. I'll skip over Emmanuel Mosley. I'm not really sure what to do. And then cut and expedite from the planet Kendall Vildor. That's my predictions on the Lions free agents.
Okay. Is there
There's only
anyone?
a couple.
Oh, and sign Las Vegas Raiders running back Amir Abdullah as a free agent. Sign him as a free agent.
I
He is a
agree
free agent.
wholeheartedly with every single one of those,
No.
Including Amir
especially
Abdullah.
that last one.
Yeah.
Lions legend, bring him home, baby.
I think Lions bring back pretty much.
Three-headed monster.
I think the Lions bring back literally like almost every single one of those guys that Marshall named.
Okay.
I just scrolled down one more to the Viking, or two more to the Vikings. 3/4 of their quarterback room are free agents this offseason. JJ is the only one that is for sure coming back.
That's maybe not. I mean, fuck, he might get traded.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put.
Nah, those last 2 weeks of the year were real rough for Sam Darnold. There's no way.
Vikings have no fucking
Probably
idea what to
stay.
do at quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Fulfill the prophecy. Get Aaron Rodgers.
Man, they got a lot of free agents this year.
Then
This is what I give Darnold $50 million a year and just play with two quarterbacks. You got JJ and you got Sam Darnold.
I mean, that's like kind of what Michigan was doing that first playoff year with Cade and JJ.
yeah, how'd that work out?
Hey, they beat Ohio State and they won the Big Ten for the first time since like 2000.
That's all that matters.
Hey,
Beat Ohio.
that's Ryan Day. That has nothing to do with how we coach.
That's true, clearly.
We can talk about Ohio State hiring Matt Patricia, the worst.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that.
We gotta
I'm
mention
glad.
that.
I'm glad we brought up OSU so that could get brought up.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what
The best pairing I've ever seen in my entire life. They both deserve each other.
Man.
They really do. They really do.
Yeah, the next 10 years are going to look amazing for Michigan football.
OH.
If I was running a football team, whether it was college or whether it was pro, and my head coach came to me and was like, yeah, I want to interview Matt Patricia. Bro needs to get fired immediately. That is like the death knell of coaching, is if you want to bring Matt Patricia onto your staff. That has literally never worked out ever.
Funny enough, though, I think it's going to work out a lot how, like, Don Brown's defense did, where, like, 90% of the time it's fine, and then you play a team with athletes, and then it's like, okay, this is why this guy got fired everywhere else.
Well, college level
Michigan will, or Ohio State probably will win a lot of games with him still.
College level
they play a
defense,
real team,
like,
and they're going to get
Back to back.
college level defenses are like stupid easy to read. That's like the number one thing every NFL person says, is that like college defenses are super, super simple. So maybe Matt Patricia will have success, means he's got a smooth fucking brain and can't call shit on
college
defense.
is run
So
a
maybe it'll
shit
work
ton of
out.
man coverage, so.
Najee Harris is
Yeah,
also
except
a
he's
free
gonna have-
agent. He probably
Except he's
won't
gonna
be
have like
signed by
fourth
nobody.
string defensive ends out at fucking corner.
We didn't talk about Josh Allen winning MVP.
Should have been more.
Should have been
Uh,
Saquon.
I think they both. I think all three of them had a case.
I'm more
Should've been.
disappointed that Jamar Chase didn't get one single first place vote for Offensive Player of the Year. I understand him not winning it, like that's not my issue. But one vote, he couldn't get one first place vote for having a triple crown. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not a Jamar Chase fan, and I wouldn't have given him the award either. But the fact he did not get one vote is
that was
fucking
surprising.
crazy. Like, the fact that Joe Burrow was getting votes and he wasn't is what blew me away. It's like, there's a lot of other guys where I was like, yeah, definitely they deserve votes. But, like, the fact that I think Joe Burrow got an MVP vote, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I think it was like a 5th place, but I think he was like,
But still, he got a vote.
which is fucking crazy. Joe Burrow, the only thing that he deserved was comeback player of the year. And I even bet on that. Like, I 100% I thought he deserved comeback player of the year. Outside of that, he did not deserve any fucking award consideration, period. Like, his stats were great, but the team sucked. So, you know, like, you can't give him awards based on that. Other than comeback player.
Trying to look up what the actual.
Jamar Chase should have got, like, 3rd place. 2nd or 3rd place for Offensive Player of the Year. Saquon ran away with that shit. Then it should have been whatever quarterback was the runner-up for MVP, and then it should have been Jamar Chase, in my opinion.
So Josh Allen got 27 first place votes, Lamar 23, Saquon only had 1 second place vote, and then Joe Burrow got a 2nd place vote
For MVP or
for MVP.
Joe Burrow got a 2nd place vote.
Yes, he did.
What? Take that guy's voting away. Like, what the fuck are we doing? That's crazy.
Shout out Jared Goff for 6 third place votes.
Yes, sir.
It's not bad.
I want to see what those.
That's more than I thought he'd get.
Who did they have below him?
He must have got a lot of 4th place.
I love Jared, but like.
So Jared Goff got.
Realistically, he is not 3rd.
He got a total of 47 votes. Under him was Mahomes with 31 total votes. Then Jaden with 8. Justin Herbert with 6. Jamar Chase with 6 MVP votes. Sam Darnold with 3. And then rounding it off, Baker Mayfield with 2 5th place votes.
That's a little disrespectful. I think he could have got more 5th place votes. Like, come on. If
Sam Darnold.
If Jamar
had it
Chase was
better.
if Jamar Chase is getting MVP votes, Baker deserves more than fucking 2. Like, come on.
Yeah, insane. But congratulations, Josh Allen. He will be signing a monster deal probably here in the future. Yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about before I get into my shit?
Trying to think. I don't think there's any other big news. Kellen Moore got hired. I think that was about the only thing that actually happened.
Yeah,
but I mean,
and we knew that going into the Super Bowl. It just got confirmed after they won.
Any good Super Bowl commercials?
Okay, you know what? Seal playing a seal, singing about Mountain Dew is pretty up there.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Compared to the last couple years, these Super Bowl commercials weren't bad. Like they were all right.
They were fucking horrible.
I don't think they were bad. I think
the cold foam creamer one where he like sprayed it into his mouth and then his tongue like came out of his mouth and was like dancing around.
I didn't see that one.
I saw that one again the other day, like on a regular broadcast. I was like, bro, I wasn't tripping that night. Like that's a real commercial.
I think the Morgan Freeman Homes.com one, that one's alright. Like that one's okay. I thought the Instacart where it had like all the old Super Bowl commercials, like the wiener dog in the wiener costume. I can't remember whose commercial that was. Well, like them running through the field, and then it had like the Clydesdales, and then it had the Green Giant and Puppy Monkey Baby. It had all of them like in a bag.
I remember what
that was the. That one's not bad. I thought that one was. I saw that one and I was like, all right, that's a pretty good commercial. Seal playing Seal was interesting. I don't know. I don't think they were great, but I just didn't think they were that bad. Usually, like the last couple of years, they have been outright bad.
I found the commercial if you guys want to watch it, so you know I'm not crazy.
Oh,
yeah, send it in the group chat. I don't want to watch it right now, but just send it in the group.
Too bad.
Too bad.
You know, I got it too bad.
Oh no, we're sharing screen. Yeah, turn this off, Colin, please.
Have you ever seen a
That is
We saw
terrible.
that and we were all just like, what the fuck?
That was terrible.
I caught the end of that commercial. I didn't see the fucking beginning.
That was. Yeah, thank you, Colin, for that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right.
Let's get into what we're getting into.
So,
trivia.
I got a couple things. This one's going to be pretty quick, I think. So, I got a couple quarterbacks. Now that Jalen Hurts has won a Super Bowl, I think it'd be fun to predict within the next 10 years if these quarterbacks will win a Super Bowl. So, I will name a quarterback. You just say yes or no. If we want to talk about it, we can talk about it. But you gotta be firm. You gotta be firm. It's a yes or a no. There's he could. No, it's yes or no. Colin.
I already know.
I can do this one.
I already know Colin's about to say yes to like 14 guys. Yup, 100%.
Within the next 10 years, will Patrick Mahomes win another Super Bowl?
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
He's gonna win one more before he's done.
Within the next 10 years, will Jalen Hurts win another Super Bowl?
I'm gonna say no. I think he'll get to a couple. I don't think he'll win.
I think the Eagles only have like another 2 to 3 years to be great, so it's kind of tough. If I had to put
That's
money,
I think they'll get there. I don't know that they'll win.
if I had to put money on it, I would say yes. Yeah. That one's tough though.
Marshall, did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said no.
Oh, okay. Within the next.
Marshall's.
Within the next 10 years, will Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Colin, no. Marshall, yes.
Yes. I will. Yeah, I'll say yes.
In the next 10 years, will Josh Allen win a Super Bowl?
I don't.
Colin,
think so.
Colin, are you muted? Say something. Yeah, you're not. I don't hear you.
You don't hear me?
Now I hear you.
There you go. I didn't hear you at first.
The last person I asked, I thought it was just like lag, and I saw your mouth say no. Then you did it again. I was like, this man's muted. Like,
No, I was gonna say no. I don't know. I don't know why
Yes.
it's being weird.
so Colin, no for Josh Allen. Marshall, yes. Donnie, what do you say?
No, I don't think Josh Allen ever does.
In the next 10 years, will Joe Burrow win a Super Bowl?
No.
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 Wow. I can't believe all three of us said no.
Yeah, I thought one person would have said yes.
I thought I was going to be the only person to say no.
In the next 10 years, will Jaden Daniels win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
This one's hard to tell. God damn. It's a rookie
Hey,
year.
I'm gonna go yes.
I'm gonna say no.
all right. In the next 10 years, will Justin Herbert win a Super Bowl?
No.
I just heard Marshall. I didn't hear nobody
Oh,
else.
I said no again.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I was waiting for Colin. I'll say yes.
In the next 10 years, will Brock Purdy win a Super Bowl?
No.
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 And the last person I have listed, in the next 10 years, will Jared Goff win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The Lions are gonna do it. They have to. Otherwise, I don't know what the fuck.
I also think the Lions are gonna do it, but I'm gonna say no for Jared Goff.
Interesting. Is there anybody I did not name that you think could win a Super Bowl in the next 10 years?
You guys are gonna hate me. Caleb Williams, I think.
I fucking.
I think Caleb.
I'm not. I
What if
had
he's
him.
on the
I
Bears?
had him on the paper. I did not say it. I
think. Unfortunately,
as a bear.
as a Trojan.
probably,
actually.
10 years is a 10 years is a long time.
probably a bear. But even if not a bear, I think.
Will it be Ben Johnson that leads him there?
Oh yeah. I mean, if he does it as a bear, obviously it's Ben Johnson. I mean, I don't kind of thread the thin needle if it's not him.
Not necessarily. He could fizzle out in the next 3 years.
Who's
Fired.
another person?
Next coach could do it.
What about like Arch Manning when he finally gets in?
I like
I
it,
guess-
Arch Manning.
I could see Arch Manning if he gets to a good.
I mean, he's destined to win at least one.
I was gonna
Whether or
say,
not it
he's-
comes in the next 10 years.
It's just, I mean, what by the time he enters the league, he'll have what 8-9 years to really do it. It's like, I don't think it's
Yeah, I was gonna
probably.
say he'll be- Well, he was a freshman this year, wasn't he? So he'll need.
I think
at
he was a
least 2
sophomore
years.
this year. I think he was a sophomore this year.
Oh, Knicks.
Ooh, Bo Nix.
You think Sean Payton's coaching for another 10 years?
I think Bo Nix might just be that guy. I don't think it matters.
I mean, Bo Nix could be a guy, but somebody's got to fucking coach him. What about like Kyler Murray?
Fuck.
Probably.
Kyler's a dog, but no.
I love Kyler, but I don't think he's ever going to win. So.
No. I mean, there's a reason why like people use Super Bowl rings as like a metric for ranking like quarterbacks all time. It's not an easy thing to do.
No.
And like there's plenty that get there and then never win one. So
Yeah.
What about Aaron?
I mean, if he goes to the 49ers, I don't know.
Maybe as a quarterback coach in a couple of years he could win.
Hey, we didn't say how he was winning it. We just said, does he win?
That's true. That's true.
All right. We're going to come out with some hot takes here real quick. Nick Sirianni is on the path of being the greatest head coach of all time. And hear me out. Hear me out. I have the numbers to back it up. I have the numbers to back it up. And we're going to do a little comparison as soon as I can get a request here.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Honestly, at this point, you should just host these Zoom meetings.
Honestly.
I think we've all been kind of bitching it.
I mean,
Colin.
Any of you say that?
I've said that.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
not loud enough.
Whoa.
All right. So Nick Sirianni versus other head
I was gonna
coaches.
say he's got a whole PowerPoint. What is this?
God.
I told you. So Nick Sirianni versus other head coaches' first 4 seasons as a head coach. This is Super Bowl era only, of course. I'm going to be doing a blind comparison to other head coaches in their first 4 seasons. It's that simple, all right? First head coach, you see the numbers for Nick Sirianni. He's got a 48-20 record. That's 71%. He's 6-3 in the playoffs, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 win, and 2 14-win seasons. Head coach number 1 over here, 43-21 record. That's a 67% win percentage, 5-1 in the playoffs, 1 Super Bowl appearance, 1 Super Bowl win, 0 14-win seasons. Me personally, I got Nick Sirianni overall versus head coach number 1. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be the first guy. Or Nick Sirianni, sorry.
Yeah, but I feel like this coach is going to be a crazy guy, and we're going to be
This
like,
coach is going to be
like, he should have been over Nick Sirianni.
I'm so trying to think of who this could be. I was thinking Sean McVay, but then Super Bowl wins obviously throws that off.
Yeah.
So head coach number 1 is Mike Tomlin. What is regarded as one of the greatest coaches of our era. I got Nick Sirianni. Moving on to head coach number 2. This head coach has a 39-25 record, 61% win percentage, 4-3 in the playoffs, 0 appearances, 0 Super Bowl wins, 0 14-win seasons. I think this one's very clearly Nick Sirianni.
Obvious, but it's going to be somebody great.
This head coach, Andy Reid.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out of here.
Andy Reid, one of the greatest offensive minds in pro football.
The greatest offensive mind ever.
Head coach number 3. You got a 43-21 record. It's the same winning percentage at 71%. Playoff record is 3-3, 1 Super Bowl appearance, but no Super Bowl win, no 14-win season. So that Super Bowl Nick Sirianni just got holds a lot of weight. Let me get the comparison. Nick Sirianni versus Sean McVay here. And this is in their first 4 seasons, by the way. I believe McVay won his Super Bowl in his 5th season as a coach.
Yeah.
So, but to be fair, we only have 4 seasons to compare because Nick Sirianni's only been a head coach for 4 seasons. How you guys feeling right now?
I mean, this is about what I expected. I expected to be like, oh yeah, give me Nick Sirianni, and then it's somebody that should have taken.
I've been hoping for you to throw in a guy who had a good first 4 years, like a Doug Peterson, that kind of just fell off.
Yeah.
Because
Well, I mean, that's exactly the thing. Is like you can front load, you know, a couple great years off the bat and then like die out, and like I don't think anyone is ranking fucking Doug Peterson as one of the greatest coaches of all time just because he has a Super Bowl. But like, you know, that's just my thing.
I
But
mean,
it is an interesting comparison for sure.
it is. I just think the start this man is on is legendary. It's a legendary start.
The fall off is about to be crazy.
It could be.
I would say
This hot
If
take
you-
might
if-
be spoiled milk.
We
in a
did say
year.
Jalen Hurts was never going to win another Super Bowl. So,
But I don't know who said it. Someone said they were going to multiple Super Bowls, so I don't know.
I think it was me. I could see them getting there,
Yeah,
but
okay.
I don't think they'll win.
Moving on to head coach number 4. This coach has a 29-35 record, 45% win percentage, 2-1 playoff record, 1 Super Bowl appearance, 0 wins, 0 14-win seasons. It's Kyle Shanahan.
Fire.
Another coach we
That
think
headshot
so
makes
highly
me
of.
uncomfortable.
It was the best one I can get of this man in all
That's
honesty.
the best one.
Unfortunately,
That's the
yes,
best-
it was.
That's the best one. They might have to fire him. Jesus Christ. That's a bad fucking shot.
That was when he was an assistant coach.
Yeah.
At what fucking a high school? Like what the fuck?
He was an assistant for Washington for a while.
Yeah, he was like the quarterback coach.
All right, head coach number 5, 44-20 record, 69% win percentage, 5-4 in the playoffs, 0s across the board. Let's get right in. It's
This is
John
cool.
Harbaugh. John Harbaugh. Head coach number 6, 44-19 record, 70% win percentage, 5-3. You got 1 Super Bowl appearance, but 0s for the rest. It's going to be Jim Harbaugh. And last but not least, we have head coach number 7, 38-26 with a 59% win percentage, 4-1 in the playoffs, 1 Super Bowl appearance, 1 win, 0 14-win seasons.
I'm taking
Sean Payton.
Oh no, never mind. I thought that was Bill Belichick.
Never mind. No, Bill
I
Belichick's
100% thought that was. I
Bill
definitely thought that
Belichick's first 4 years were so bad, I didn't even put him in here.
he didn't have the Super Bowl in the first 4 years.
His first 4 years were ass.
Well, I don't know how long he coached in Cleveland, to be fair, because I thought Cleveland was like a 2-year stint, and then he didn't win it with the first year for the Patriots. I thought he won it the second year, so I thought he had the 1 Super Bowl, 1 win, and the 4th year with the Pats. But now I think about it, he was probably in Cleveland for like 3 or 4 years,
So
which yeah,
his first
totally
5
fucked.
years he was in Cleveland, and his best.
Yeah.
5
did have-
years.
What
He
a
had-
death sentence.
He had
I did
his
not
fourth
think he was there
year-
for 5 years.
Yep. So first year 6-10,
Ah.
7-9, 7-9, 11-5.
He might be the longest tenured Browns coach since. Like, I don't think any Browns coach.
The
has been there.
franchise was enacted.
Oh.
I did not think he was there that long. God.
Oh man. And then the last thing I have, your guys'
Oh,
favorite.
God.
Fucking A, dude.
Your guys' favorite. We're gonna build the perfect running back. Last time we did quarterback. This time we're doing running back. The categories we have here: size, speed, agility, catching ability, vision, and then toughness.
You didn't do like elusiveness? I'm surprised.
We could throw it in. No, too late. I'm not redoing it.
I would say too late, but
Too late.
I'm just
You could throw it into agility range. So, I think last time we did current quarterbacks, I think we should broaden the spectrum and just build the greatest running backs of all time. So we'll do all time running backs to build the perfect running back. I think this will make our running backs even closer and even more of a debate on who's better.
except for Colin, because Colin's gonna go fucking like Zach Zenner size and totally fuck his up. Bro said that was my first Super Bowl pick.
So, with that being
I may
said-
have been going Billy Cannon at number 1.
Billy
Colin, you
Cannon
can
for
just have Billy
toughness,
Cannon
honestly.
across the board. Don't worry.
Oh. You misspelled vision, by the way.
Did I?
Vision.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
not.
Can't even capital. There you go.
There we go. I wasn't even paying attention. So we'll do the same thing. Snake draft. Colin can go first. Myself, Marshall, Donnie. Donnie can reverse the snake, and we'll build the perfect running back.
You know, Don Terry Poe played a couple snaps at running back in his career.
That'd be crazy.
Did I do that?
Even Marshall had to
Size of
laugh.
Don Terry
Even
Poe?
Marshall had to laugh at that.
Don Terry Poe is crazy. Rip it, Colin. Come on.
Don Terry Poe with the speed of Jameer Gibbs.
Lord.
What are we doing?
People are gonna die.
Be the band next.
Legit die.
Oh god, we'll do Derrick Henry for size.
There we go. That's honestly not bad, man.
This
Oh,
man. This man.
Don Terry Poe.
Oh, it's
That is so quick.
oh.
Colin's the worst and the best trivia player of all time. Both of the same.
I really
Dear
just remember there was that one
Lord.
year they suited him up.
We got it, yeah.
They had one of
We
them-
got it.
No, we remember the touchdown.
You gotta walk us through it. I'm gonna go agility. I'm going Barry Sanders.
The CJ2K speed.
Yeah, that was. Both of those were my first two immediate thoughts as soon as you pulled this up. Okay. You guys took probably the first three things I thought of. So, I thought one of them would be there. I mean, fuck. Let me go. I'm going to go with the vision of Le'Veon Bell. That one's
MSU
You
legend.
didn't even let me get the Michigan State player.
MSU legend.
Well, I don't think that's worthy of being the first overall pick, my first overall pick, but like, I don't know. I don't want to lose that. And then, man, who was a tough? Man, I really don't fucking know. I'm gonna go with the agility. This was kind of crazy as well. I'm gonna go with the agility of Alvin Kamara with his balance and stuff. That's actually I actually kind of
That's
like.
kind of sneaky.
You get toughness, beast mode.
Ooh, I was leaning on him,
I
man.
probably should have went there.
It's the instant regret there. Ooh,
Well, I couldn't think of a single running back that I thought was tough. Like,
I'm gonna go size Eric Dickerson.
I'm gonna go Emmett Smith for speed.
Okay, I don't know if Emmitt Smith was known for his speed, but okay.
I mean, he probably wasn't slow, but yeah.
I also am just now realizing that I had locked that in my brain as the backup if Jameer Gibbs was off the board, and I just remembered that Jameer Gibbs is not off the board, so that's fucking fun. I guess I'll go Jameer Gibbs agility then.
Okay.
Ah, you weren't locked into Jameer Gibbs. You could've went
So compared to everybody else. Barry Sanders had like a 4.3. CJ2K had a 4.27. Emmitt Smith had a 4.59 as his 40 time.
Really? I thought
Yeah,
was
Colin,
faster
he
than
was
that.
big. He wasn't really fast. He was just kind of like, tough guy.
I'm going to go toughness. Speaking of tough, Adrian Peterson.
Fuck. Adrian Peterson was gonna be this guy.
Give me the agility of Christian McCaffrey.
Ooh.
Fuck. I feel like I'm a dumb. I can't think of any fast running backs now that we're doing this. Like literally, CJ2K was my number one, and then like I can't think of another fast guy.
Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
I was honestly
It
thinking
can't be
Adrian,
worse than that.
I was thinking Adrian. I was honestly thinking Adrian Peterson for speed.
Zach Zenner still in play here.
I will go with the catching ability of LaDainian Tomlinson.
Ooh.
And I will follow that up. You guys might throw a flag on this one, and I will be all right with that. Can I get the toughness of Mike Allstott? He was a fullback,
Ooh.
but
What do you guys think?
kind of a 50-50.
Fullbacks are a dead position. I'll allow it.
I think we'll allow it.
Golly, kind of fullback.
You
I
said,
think
so
we'll-
you said
Yeah,
toughness?
peasants.
You said toughness,
Yes.
Donnie? Okay.
Yeah, toughness of Mike Allstott.
I'm gonna say I'll allow it because I cannot believe he didn't pick him for speed. So I'm gonna pick him for size. Bo Jackson.
Ooh, Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, kind of a bitch.
Interesting. Interesting. Let me get the guy that was CMC before CMC, Marshall Falk, for catching ability.
I was debating between him and LT for catching.
If we're allowing fullbacks, I'm gonna go.
Peyton Hillis.
I thought about it for the jokes, but I'm actually gonna go Corey Schlesinger
Or
for toughness.
How do you spell
I'm
that
thinking
fucking
Fullback.
name?
You think I'm picking him for anything else?
you
other
should
than
have just did
toughness?
catching Dallas just to be a dick.
Man.
All right, Corey Schlesinger catching. Damn. I'm pissed you took Bell for vision because I was really counting on that.
I knew you were going to be the one person to think of it too.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking snag
you're a
this
hoe
shit
for
quick.
that. The catching ability of Amir Abdullah.
Oh, who's winning?
Respectfully, no fucking way.
I know
He
who's
was-
winning.
He was showing up regardless.
I know who's
yeah.
winning.
It was just a
I-
win.
I certainly
Win,
wasn't
win.
going to take him for vision.
Colin, quite literally, you could have erased the entire board and just put Amir Abdullah and you would have won on my book.
Jesus fucking
Who am I
Christ.
taking for vision?
Vision. I'm gonna go Walter Payton.
I think he's
Could just go sweet.
he's
I
like
could. Not going to.
he's like top 5 or top. He's like top 5, top 6 in receiving yards as a running back of all time. It's Marcus Allen.
Ooh.
I know he's like top 6, top 7 receiving yards.
This motherfucker just looked up nothing but stats during his gap. Because ain't no way you just know that offhand knowledge.
I had to. You don't want to know how I know that. I only know that because I pulled his Madden 25 Legends card and it had his stats on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Huh. Okay. I'm gonna go with the size of Eddie Lacy.
Which
I don't know. Yeah, which year?
Whatever
Is
you
he Eddie Lacy or
whatever
biggest
year
unit.
that side profile was taken, that one. Give me 300-pound Eddie Lacy.
I know who's not winning.
Eddie Lacy, what the fuck? Ain't no, shut the fuck up. Bro was probably like 6'1" and weighed like 240. Fuck yourself. Oh, give me the speed of Jamal Charles.
Yeah, Eddie Lacy was only 5'11".
Oh, go fuck yourself. Mr. Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was like 6'1", so fucking suck a dick.
Give me no, I don't like that. Oh, you already took. I forgot you already took Walter Payton. Give me the vision of O.J. Simpson.
Okay.
Nah,
Just a-
vision on the football field. I want to not vision off the football field.
Vision on the
Should've-
highway.
Bro should have just picked fucking Trent Richardson at that point. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's OJ. He's still good.
So for my
Well,
speed, I was battling between two running backs.
Should have been OJ for speed, honestly.
You know what?
Bro had wheels.
It's not your turn.
So for speed, I was battling between two people. And I'm going with my Madden knowledge for who I was picking.
Oh my gosh, I know who he's picking. Wait,
Darren
there's-
McFadden.
Oh, that's not who I thought you were going.
He was fast.
Darren
There you
McFadden
go.
for speed.
I thought you were going Drew Archer.
No. I thought about it. But it was between McFadden and another running back. I won't say it so that way Colin can't get that running back for vision.
I'm already locked into my
Oh, okay.
Oh, can I change my vision?
Colin
I'm
was
going Saquon for vision.
Yeah, that's what I forgot about. Oh, I kept overlooking current guys.
Yep. So I thought like maybe Reggie Bush might be up there, but so we got our
So
perfect
the
running
easiest way to
backs.
do your rating out of 10 is we give everyone except themselves. So when we rate Colin, me, Dallas, and Donnie can give a rating, and then I'll just do the average.
I'd
of
give
what our
myself
rate-
like a C.
no. It's
Thing
out of
we're
10.
The
rating out
number
of 10.
rating, Colin.
Guess what? Equate that to a fucking percentage like in fucking school, all right? Like a 7.
I
Well, a
don't-
C could be between a 72 and a 77.
Yeah.
All right.
Give yourself a rating.
Give me
1
a
through 10.
7.2, all right? Give me a C minus.
Colin, I'm not
It's
counting your
still
rating.
not what. Okay.
Dallas, what do you give Colin?
So
I give
Col-
everybody else an F.
So Colin, great. I think he's got great size. I don't know about his speed. Agility's pretty good. Catching is questionable. Vision, vision's good. I'd give it a 6, honestly.
I'm giving it a 5.
What?
I was.
I think toughness,
Colin,
I didn't do bad.
Alan, all you drafted was a more athletic version of Emmett Smith. That's all you did.
I mean,
And
one of the
Emmett-
greatest running backs of all time. I don't see the
Which,
problem.
that's cool, but like Amir Abdullah catching brings him down quite a fucking bit. I was honestly going to give you like
Amir Abdullah is the GOAT. I don't know what you're talking about.
Instead of 4.
yeah. It's
Average
Yeah,
out
so
to
that
5.
averages out to a 5. So he gets a
5. 5 out of 10.
All right.
All right, so size Dickerson, speed McFadden, Barry agility, Marshall Falk catching, vision Walter Payton, toughness Adrian Peterson.
I mean, it's like a 2.
I'm gonna need you to be serious.
I'm
I'm gonna say I said 8.5.
I was gonna say a humble 8 over here.
I'll give it an 8.
I was going to give it like a 7.5.
I think that
averages
it's
out
to an
to-
8.
It's out to an 8.
averages out to an 8.
8 out of 10. Marshall, you got Bo Jackson size, CJ 2K speed, CMC agility, Marcus Allen catching, vision of OJ, toughness of Marshawn Lynch. I think that's a pretty solid build overall. What do you guys think?
I just said 8, but that's not me. It's you guys.
I'm gonna go 7.
I was going to say like 7.5, 8.
I think it's definitely an 8. I think it's definitely an 8.
Averages out to a 7.
7.6.
You know, you don't need to put the /10 because the rating
Hey,
is already
that's
said
fine.
rating out of 10.
Colin, leave him
Colin,
alone.
you're the same person. This is the same person.
Hey,
that said
Colin.
C.
Hey, guess what? You can fucking infer that I mean like percentage wise, right?
Hey Colin, if I say, can you rate something out of a 1 to 10 scale? Yeah, let me get a C.
Like a 70%. Most people know what the fuck I mean by that.
Like 70% is a C minus though.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm sorry that I know shit and you don't.
And then we got Donnie here, size of Eddie Lacy, Jamal Charles, speed, agility of Alvin Kamara, LT catching ability, Bell's vision, Mike Oslot's toughness. Where are we putting it?
7.
I was thinking 7 too.
I was thinking also 7.
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
that
lie.
averages out to a 7.
I was waiting for you to trash my build and I was gonna be pissed.
You know what?
My si-
I
my
think it
size
might
and
be worse
speed-
than Collins, honestly.
my size and speed isn't there, but like agility down, I
Yeah,
think.
your speed is definitely there.
The speed is alright. I think I got the worst. Well, I didn't get the worst speed. I got the second to worst speed.
I was about to say.
But like Lev Bell's vision, LT's catching, and Allstott's toughness. I think those are all like top 3 at the position.
You're on Billy Cannon at toughness now. I think about it.
Billy
Jamal
Cannon.
Charles, Jamal Charles had a 4.33 or 4.36. Jeremy McFadden had a 4.33. So
Who has a fast 40 at running back outside of CJ2K? I literally can't think of a single person.
It's just comparing the two. I didn't say it was fast or not.
Oh,
was
well,
just
I figured you
comparing
looked up like a couple of their 40s.
I did just to compare. Like I see who was faster, at least at the combine by a little bit. They're about the same. So
All right, so how you guys think you did? Was there someone you wish you would have got different? A
If I'd have taken
running
Barkley
back we
over-
missed.
If I'd have taken Barkley over OJ on that last pick, I'd probably gotten an 8.
I think mine are pretty obvious.
I think if Colin would have went Amir Abdullah at everything, I think he would have been all right.
The only pick that I made that I don't love is Eddie Lacy, just because I thought he was a little bit taller than what he was. But I mean, I don't hate that. I was honestly.
could have taken Keith Byers.
You guys all went like big, strong running backs. A part of me wanted to go like Darren Sproles and just fucking completely 180 it.
I kind of wish I had committed
Like a
bit and,
smaller guy.
done Don Terry Poe and like try to make as good of a running back as I could with funny answers.
Vita Vea.
I don't think we could count Via Vea because I would have been like, yep, size William Perry.
The fridge.
Yeah, there's only.
I think I would have changed my size to Jerome Bettis.
I thought about him.
That's what I
He's
should've
only
picked.
5'11", so
Yeah, he was super short, but bro he was a fucking bus. He was
I mean,
the bus.
only-
Yeah, but the thing is with speed is like it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, the tallest out of all of our guys is probably like 6'2". Like it's not, you know what I mean?
I think
Like-
Dickerson was 6'3".
As long as your guy isn't like 5'2", I think you're fine. Most running backs are between like 5'10" and 6'1". I looked up fastest running back 40-yard dashes.
5'11", 250 for Jerome Bettis. That's insane.
That's gotta be what Eddie Lacy's measurables too. Like Eddie Lacy probably is listed at like 230 or so, but we knew bro was a cheeseburger or two above that.
They got
I
they
know
got
Chris
Eric.
Johnson's got the fastest 40.
Yeah.
The second
Eddie
one
Lacy
that
was
comes
also
up-
5'11".
Dree Archer. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Dree Archer. I
Mhm.
haven't heard of that motherfucker ever. He ran a
Madden
4.62.
Mobile.
Never heard of Dree Archer?
Fuck no.
Madden
you didn't
Mobile,
play-
man.
You
He's
didn't
a
play
third
Madden.
round pick.
You didn't play Madden
How the
Mobile,
fuck would I-
man.
Oh, god damn it! I know who I should have picked. Honestly, not even fucking around. I should have picked Najee Harris for size. Bro's
Right.
he's like 6'1", 230. What do you mean? Don't give me that one. He's a big motherfucker.
Najee Harris is a bitch, though.
Got the outro.
No, no.
He's like 6'1", full bitch, man.
Crazy.
Najee Harris is probably like 6'2", 220.
Eric Dickerson was 6'3", 220.
Really? I didn't think Eric Dickerson was that fucking big.
Pause.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of the Fourth and Wrong podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We are heading into the off season, so not really sure what episodes are gonna look like.
Probably every other week.
Yeah, probably every other week like we did
Every
last
other
time.
day. Sounds good.
All right, not that, but make sure you stay subscribed, tuned into the episodes as they come out, and we will see you next time.